It's time to do it again, but this time I'm on top.
With Anchorman 2, it's like the first sequel that you've done and Adam's done. Was that something that was in your mind, like how do we satisfy the fans, or you just can't worry about that?
I kind of felt like when they shot that first promo where they walk out from in front of the lights, it was like 3 months before they even shot the movie. They put those dudes back in their suits and just had them walk out and just say, Anchorman's coming. And they were them again.
Did you miss my hot breath in your ear?
There's gonna be submachine guns and boobies. Whammy.
Oh, it's gonna get stanky. And now it's my turn to talk.
It was so good to see them again.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
And it
these
was so
guys,
nice.
you love
Yeah.
this group.
And because this is a sequel, you want to go bigger, better, or slightly different so that it doesn't feel like, oh, completely rehashed. And that's the thing. You talk about Ron Burgundy and stuff, but this kind of comedy, this kind of ensemble comedy is really... It had been gone for a really long time before Anchorman came around.
Mm-hmm. The structure where it's like he's getting the band back together,
Yeah.
and you sort of see where each of them has been.
It's super. They give their own way to shine. Champ's got a restaurant where he's selling fried chicken in the most
disturbing way.
And Fantana is a photographer. You would never really expect him to be a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And Brick is dead. There's a whole scene where you find out that Brick, he saw a bird out in the ocean and he swam out to pet it and he never came back. These are the flights of fancy that you can have for these guys, and it's really funny.
The cruise control scene when they're in the Winnebago and they're driving, and you keep on going to this wide shot where they're all talking and the dog's there too. Baxter's listening.
Everybody's there and they're having a great time.
Nobody's driving. And you keep going to this shot. It gets funnier and funnier the more times that you go to it.
In the audience, when you first go to it, the audience laughs, and you go, "Oh, they see it," and then it just gets better, and again it is about that stretching of that idea, and then when Fantana finally talks about cruise control.
Cruise control just regulates speed. It doesn't steer. He says we're all gonna die.
The joke breaks, and it breaks in a crazy great way, and we get this huge, amazing laugh.
And how were those visual effects of everyone floating? Were you involved?
Stole footage from Gravity.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's all green screen.
Yeah, it's all green screen. Yeah.
I also like some of these technological inside jokes.
Yeah.
He's a weatherman, and he's always been used to seeing the map.
Yep.
He's dealing with green screen, and he can't see his legs.
In 93! Brick 93!
Didn't know whether they were going to do that joke. They thought that joke had been done. It was too... In fact, the pants that Brick is wearing have been spray painted, literally like with paint. And so you can see they're kind of stiff, and there are literally 7 versions of that scene. Each one is a completely different joke, and there's one like where Brick pretends to be a ghost. And you see the one in the movie where he can't stand up.
And then, of course, you have to have the street fight, which it's huge.
And it's
out
great.
of control.
It's so much more fun.
And I love how you intercut it with the piano recital.
Yeah. Really kind of genius way to make the two things work at the same way, and the boy playing this amazing piece of music. And the music just fits so perfectly with the gang fight.
Was it always going to be intercut?
Yes. Yeah.
Good evening. Tonight's top story is crack.
What I thought was really interesting about the movie is it's really about something.
Yeah.
Which the first Anchorman was really about something. I heard that there was a museum exhibit because it's about women becoming anchors.
Yeah.
And this one is about the TMZs of the world.
And literally 40% of the conversations we have in this room are politics. Rod Burgundy runs into his new boss. It's a woman. She's an African-American woman, and it throws them for such a loop. And
But everyone's smart enough not to say black.
Black. Black.
Bronze.
Black.
Except for Ron.
And it's crazy, and I really love that scene. And there are other scenes in the movie where...
Well, he goes to her house, and he decides he's going to speak jive.
Am I right? Say what?
How far can you go? And that literally becomes the other tenet of our comedy. Like, how far can I take something? Right to the moment where it goes, oh, that got out of hand.
That's inappropriate.
That totally. It's already inappropriate. And the problem is that Ron says things that are racist and politically incorrect.
Which one of you convicts with the longest record can pass me the mashed potatoes?
One scene that I thought was very funny is the interracial sex scene.
Sure.
It's something that you and Adam have done before where you go to stock footage. Was that scripted? Was that an idea that you had?
Most of it was scripted, and then it was just a
Let's
matter
see,
of
who was the
it's
baseball
Jackie
player?
Robinson.
Jackie Robinson.
And then there's kissing. But you know what? That joke doesn't work in Europe.
I bet it doesn't.
We had to do a completely different thing. We just
You
pulled
just
it
played-
out, and then there's another idea that we had that actually works just as well. So we just fixed it.
Yeah, because it's like the conch shell where he calls and you go to
Yeah.
different animals
Yeah.
reacting.
And those things, sometimes you just go and you steal stuff off the internet, and then you have to go back and figure out how to license them. We do play with stereotypes and issues of of the day.
You're not black or Asian. What are you?
I'm gay.
Do you sleep in a coffin?
No, that's vampires.
Well, thank you so much for your
problem.
time, and I thoroughly enjoyed this.
You're welcome.
Don't stop believing.